Hey, what's up? It is the end of the year. 2025 is coming to a close. We're right around the holidays, and that means it's time to talk about our personal and joint top 10 records of the year. Let's make some noise, Derek.
So I think we're going to piss people off, and I think we're going to make some people hot and bothered, very excited.
I think that's accurate, yeah.
Yeah, and probably nothing in between. Super horny or super disappointed.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
I'm not sure about your list, but I know that I have got a couple albums on my list that will definitely have some people questioning my judgment. There is no doubt about that. So it is what it is. This is what I was into this year.
Good thing is it's our podcast, and we welcome you to shit talk us in the comments, DM us, follow us, subscribe, and then unload on us. It doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt us. We have thick skin, and we're on the other side of a camera, so we're all like,
Well,
tough.
I'm a sensitive boy, and you know that. I'm very fragile, so. But no, we do welcome the discourse and sling the caca at us if you disagree with the list. Certainly.
Yeah, absolutely.
We love.
Well, we're going to
start.
It. Let's start with honorable mentions. What we're going to do is we're going to go back and forth. We're going to start at honorable mentions, go from 10 down to 1.
Okay.
And then there is a point structure. And the way it works is number 1 is worth 10 points. Number 10 is worth 1 point. And everything in between has either 1 to 10 points.
Yep.
Right. So, I think it's going to be an interesting exercise, and we haven't gone through and talked to each other yet. So it's going to be all news to us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, what's your first honorable mention? What was near the cut but didn't make it?
Yeah. Love Your Witch, Radio Fantasia. Their tones are very doom metal-y, but they have some prog in there and some thrash, and I really, really like them a lot. And they came out a couple weeks ago. This record came out. Great record.
I like what I've heard. Yeah, very good. My first honorable mention, I've got 2, and this one, I feel like it absolutely would have made my list under slightly different circumstances. It's Immutable from Meshuggah. It's the reissue on the new label. And as badly as I wanted to put it on as a 2025 album, it really isn't. It's from 2023. Barring that technicality, of course, it would have been at the top of my list, but it isn't. So Immutable by Meshuggah. You got any other honorables?
I do. Orbit Culture, Death Above Life. Again, this was barely out of the top 10. Great record.
Surprising.
We covered it. So, yeah.
Okay. My only other honorable mention is Last Will and Testament by Opeth. And technically that came out on the middle of December last year. So it's not technically a 2025 record, but I learned it in this year, and therefore it's a technicality. I'm going to throw it in this year. Amazing record. And I wanted it on my list, even though it's not technically 2025. So
it's very punk rock. It's very punk rock of you to rebel against the rules of this. And
well, then get ready, because there's more punk rock coming, my friend.
Oh, okay. Good.
All right. What's your number 10?
Number 10, Frail, Heretics and Lullabies. We had Gwen on and
Sean
and her husband. We had a great time.
Awesome
and the record is just doomy, gloomy, and miserable in the best way possible. And future's bright for them.
It is for sure. My number 10 spot is Parasomnia, the new album from Dream Theater. I was excited when I knew it was coming out. I've been a Dream Theater fan for a long time, and I suspect it made my list. That may be a surprise, because there were some really great records this year. But, one, it's classic Dream Theater. It is classic to me. And I love it right off the bat. I knew I was going to love it before I hit play. And that's my number 10 spot. How about number 9?
Number 9, Dead Heat, Process of Elimination. And we also had the joy of interviewing the band, and great record, crossover thrash in the best way possible, headbanging, all the things that I like. Great production qualities, and just great guys.
Nice. My number 9 is Parabellum by Testament. To me, it strikes a lot of chords. It's got some of the classic Testament vibes to it, but real modern production, some great tracks on there. A couple of surprising tracks. High Noon was, I love it. It's one of my favorites on there. Like metal swing with a little metal funk. I mean, it's wild. It's great stuff. So my number 9 is Parabellum by Testament, and that takes us to number 8.
Number 8, Doomsday, Never Known Peace. Again, another band that we interviewed this year, crossover thrash. You can see the theme here. Guitar solos, headbanging, tons of movement, tons of energy, young. These guys are young, just like Dead Heat, and the world is their oyster moving forward.
Yes, very good. Now this could upset some people on a top 10 heavy albums because it is not at all a heavy album, but I fell in love with it as soon as I heard it. We actually covered it here at Shit Talk, and that is Luck and Strange by David Gilmour. It is just a wonderfully powerful record. And again, I know I'm breaking the rules here, but it's on my list because I think it's an absolutely fantastic record. And I wanted it on my top 10. So there you go.
There you go. And I apologize for the dog chewing on a bone behind me. If you can hear it, maybe not, but driving me crazy. So number 7, Hangman's Chair, Sediction. And this record is gloomy, dark. Again, I like all the darkness, but it's kind of got a little bit of some Depeche Mode, if you will, in there.
Okay.
But heavier. And the drumming on it hits hard.
Yeah.
But a great record. It's something to sit back to and wallow in misery.
Nice. Next on my list, Private Music from Deftones. Another one we covered. It's got that classic Deftones vibe to me. I was excited when it came out. The single, My Mind is a Mountain, great song. Infinite Source, Cut Hands, great songs on there. I was excited for it. So that is my number 7.
Number 6, Gruesome, Silent Echoes. If you're a fan of Death, the band decided to go into the studio, record, and write music like Death. And this is as close to Chuck as music has been since Chuck passed away. And it's very Death-like, has some great death metal, some great thrash parts, some serious headbanging, some serious solos. It is so close to Death, it's not even funny, and I love every second of it.
Nice. Okay, so my number 6 is one that for you will definitely be controversial. Even in Arcadia from Sleep Token. Again, there's an awful lot of this record that is not heavy. My God, see? I knew it was going to get that reaction out of you.
It's barf worthy to me, but I'm glad people like it. I don't understand and actually the more I listen to him, the more I can't stand that dude's voice. But
the more you don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say you're in a minority, but people are loving this album. I mean, I pulled up some of their spin counts earlier today, and they're, tracks with 130, 150 million spins. The album's resonating with a lot of people. Again, is it a heavy album? No. Is there heavy stuff on the album? Yes, there is. And I love it. I think it's a great record. And that's why it made my top 10 list.
And you are cheesy, just like the band.
I'll take it. I'll wear the badge. All right, number 5.
Soulfly, Shama. Again, this is a dirty, grubby record. Axe went back to more of his roots, if you will, but modern and not as tribal. A little tribal in there, but a great record, front to back. A great return for Soulfly, and excited that it made my list.
Yeah, always good to get stuff from Max. I don't care what band it's with. Let's see. My number 5 is Struck Dead, the EP from Trivium. My biggest complaint with the album, and I think we mentioned this when we talked about it, was it's just too damn short. It's only 3 tracks. So number of tracks did not factor into my list.
It did.
But the 3 tracks,
but
it did. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I couldn't put it on. It's 3 songs. It's
I know.
just not fair.
It is an EP, not an album. So again, I just didn't follow any rule books this time, but short but powerful. Great tracks.
Number 4, Deftones, Private Music. Again, this to me is the strongest Deftones record in a very long time. I love Infinite Source. Great song. Listened to it a ton, the record as a whole. And I'm super psyched that they came back and got back to, again, their roots.
Okay. So that's our first matched album so far, right?
I think it is.
Okay. So I know you're keeping track of the points over there, so I'm going to leave that up to you. Now, this next one, I believe you're going to be very pleased about. In fact, we'll see. And that is Eldorado by Spirit World. What a really great record on so many different fronts. The songcraft, the production, the performances, Sam Pura's work from Purified Audio. I mean, everything about it. It's a really cool record. I like it because there's tracks on there that, while not metal, are different, and they're cool. They're just cool tracks.
Very Social D to me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So
song
that,
named Death. Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely mine for Spirit World anyway. Waiting on the Reaper is amazing. No Vacancy in Heaven, amazing. And a couple of the songs that are not, heavy. Like I said, they're great tracks, even though they're not traditional metal on any level. Prayer Lips is an amazing song.
It's a great song, yeah.
Yeah, and Stu and the guys they put out a really, really great record. So that is my number 4 spot. So we are in the top 3 now. Where are you at?
For me, number 3, Revocation, New God, New Masters. And that record is a shredder. It blew my mind, actually, because I never really spent too much time with Revocation, and I've spent a lot of time with that record. Mm-hmm. And frankly, I went back and listened to some of the older stuff. This record is their high water mark, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, this was my entree to Revocation. So I've just started going through the back catalog, and I read about this, New Gods, New Masters, that this is a masterclass in Revocation. And I think this is their 8th or 9th record. Fortunately for me, I've got a lot of old stuff to go through. But yeah, that is my number 3, Revocation, New Gods, New Masters.
Oh.
Amazing record.
Ooh.
Love the songcraft. Dave Davidson is an absolute monster guitar player, incredible vocalist, and he writes great music. So, yep, that is my number 3 as well. That takes us to your number 2.
Number 2, Testament, Parabellum. Love Testament. I've always loved Testament.
I know,
and this record, they definitely went back to their roots a little bit, some classic guitar. They spun up some black metal in there a little bit, but they stayed true to being a thrash band from California. And I just think this record is one of the best records they've probably done since Dark Roots of the Earth, and loved that they put it out. It's a wonderful record. Right
on. Well, cool. Yeah, that was in my number 9 spot. So you got math to do here so far. So near the top of your list, near the bottom of my list, but on both nonetheless. My number 2 album for 2025 is Where Only the Truth Is Spoken by Malevolence. I am a big, big fan of these guys. This album is packed with super tight performances. The production is absolutely killer. Josh Baines is one of my new favorite guitar players. He is just an animal on the guitar, and it is a great record, super powerful. And yeah, so Malevolence, Where Only the Truth Is Spoken, in my number 2 slot, which takes us to our individual number 1s. What is your top album of the year?
The fact that I haven't said Spirit World, Eldorado yet is an indication that it is my album of the year. And when I looked at my Apple Music, it wasn't even close. And I've listened to this record pretty much nonstop since it came out, and it hasn't stopped. And it was the same thing last year with Blood Incantation, Absolute Elsewhere. I listened to that nonstop, and I'm still listening to it nonstop. Yeah, Spirit World, Eldorado, my album of the year. Stu, fantastic. And if you end up getting the top spot, maybe we'll put together some kind of goofy, stupid trophy to send out. We'll see.
We had Stu on a while ago, and would love to have Stu back on again. A great band, and they're doing stuff that maintains a lot of the hallmarks of heavy music, but they are not afraid to go somewhere new and try something different, and it still sits really nicely within the context of the album. So your number 1, I guess I'm not surprised by that. I was surprised that it didn't occur to me that you hadn't said it yet, but great. My number 1, Death Above Life from Orbit Culture. What an absolutely phenomenal record. Again, same as with Malevolence, super tight performances. It is a really well recorded album. The production is top notch, great songs on there. And it was a tough one for me to move Orbit Culture and Malevolence back and forth in the 1 and 2 spot, because they are just such heavy, crushing records. But that means that we have run through our lists. I would assume you're doing the math or have done the math. What is our aggregated top album of the year?
Well, let's start. We'll do our top 5, and our top 5 based on the points. And again, 10 for number 1 and 1 for number 10 is the points. So Orbit Culture's Death Above Life is number 5,
Okay.
which is cool. The Deftones' Private Music is number 4.
Okay.
Testament Parabellum is number 3. And Revocation New Gods, New Masters is number 2 at 16 points. And number 1 is Spirit World, Eldorado with 17 points. And you and I agreed on a pretty darn good top 5.
I think so. Yeah. That's a pretty tight gap between the top 3.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, Stu, you and the boys, you done good. You done real good. Not to that you need a couple of jackasses like us to tell you, but what a great record.
Great record. And all these records that we've mentioned are awesome. I think it's, we'd be remiss to not say there are literally probably about 50 records that I really like that I put into my top albums for the year. There was a lot of good music out there. You just have to look for it. You really do. And, again, I brought up my friend Matt. He's like, I can't wait for the new Down. Go out, listen, and ye shall find. There's, again, my list here goes on and on and on of great records. And I keep burping up coffee, and I'm sorry. But it's just unbelievable how much good music there is. Dig, look, and ye shall find.
We're lucky in that, and you've mentioned this before, we're lucky that we have access to some albums before they come out. And we don't take that for granted. But as you said, you can go on Spotify. I'm a Spotify guy. You're an Apple Music guy. But you can go on there and listen to the new releases every week. They put together playlists for you of all the new stuff. So, you do have to dig a little bit to find what it is that scratches your itch. But the music's out there if you're willing to take a little bit of time. And you clearly, a lot of the stuff on your list, maybe not a lot, but a healthy amount is not albums we reviewed. So, I mean, it's there. You're one of those diggers. You will search for music until you find what you like.
Well, and I'm one of those assholes that's up early in the morning, and I'm up at 5, 6 o'clock, and I'm listening to it, and I'm texting you because I know that you don't have notifications on, but I'm sure you wake up a lot of times with me sending some kind of music.
It happens all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know I know you don't get mad about it, but I love listening to music. I always have. And I think a lot of people do, especially with the world being so, at each other's throats at all the time. So music is a great release. I'm just curious, what are you looking forward to that's coming out next year? Do you have anything that you're excited about?
I don't, it's hit as grown-ups. We hit these points in life. It's just life where you don't have a little time. You sometimes feel like you just barely have enough time to get the stuff done that you have to get done without, getting into fun personal stuff outside. And I've kind of been in that mode the last couple of months. So I've not really done a whole lot of searching about what's going to be popping in the early part of the year or the middle or the end of the year. So I don't have a whole lot of stuff on my radar. I have wishes for stuff that I want to come out. I'm still waiting for a new full album from formerly known as the Dolly Thundering Concept, now just known as Dolly. They've given me some singles and I'm super happy about them, but I really want the full package. But what about you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Car Bomb. And wherever these singles have ended up, if it's an album or whatever it is. Typo Negative's live record is coming out next year on Nuclear Blast, as Johnny let us know. Again, hearing Peter again with something that's been mastered and produced would be great. And then obviously I'm curious about what Anthrax puts out as a live record, or not a live record, as a new record. It's been a while and they've said it's pretty angry. And that would be great. I'd love to hear them angry again and frustrated. And then the last one I'm looking forward to is Down. It seems like the guys have really, really gotten back to chugga chugga riffs. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Down puts out because it's been a while with them.
Awesome. Well, we, full disclosure, we are probably going to take a couple of weeks off. And so you may not get another review from us. Then again, we may surprise ourselves and jump on and do something here. So for our friends and our family and our shit talk family that we've built over the last couple of years, I think I can speak for Derek when I say we wish you a fantastic holiday season. We hope that you all get to spend a whole ton of time with all the people you want to spend time with and none of the people you don't.
And on that front, you and I have had deaths this year close to us. And it is a reminder to live, right?
Yeah.
You are not living to work, you're living to live. and make sure that you take that time with the people you want to spend time with, and don't say no. Go out and do whatever it is you want to do, and make the most of every day. Okay?
Yep. I love it. Well said. Well, on that, have a wonderful holiday, whatever it is you celebrate. And, well, you'll see us again when you see us again. That's it. All right. Happy holidays, brother.
Cheers.